And we're starting up here in a moment, and welcome to our members. Hi everybody, glad to see you here. I'm Rob. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm going to move this back a little bit. I know that it'll be a little shaky at first. And if this phone gets an alert, then I bet that what happens is this phone falls down. So if this camera falls down, I apologize in advance for that. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad to be here. We're on part 4 of Trading as a Business, and I'm really excited to spend some time with you. Thank you for everything you do to make our community better. If you didn't catch the webinar with Jason Smith yesterday, we are uploading that into the members area, and that's like a basics get up and running type webinar. Also, we had a Spanish language webinar with Jeremias, and that's going to be up inside of our members area also. And as time goes on, Jason will present more and more complex ideas. He's just truly brilliant, and also he's just a good friend. So we're excited to have everyone on board. I'll still, of course, do lots of instruction as well. We are growing as a business. We are helping more people than we've ever helped before, and I want to make your experience better than ever. We've done a lot of talking about trading as a business, and we've covered revenue streams and company culture and the building of processes and the systematic approach to trading as a business. And in today's presentation, which I'm going to do, I'm going to move my microphone. I'm going to roast alive. You know, you get a good workout when you are doing webinars. Doesn't it seem darker in here today? Oh, it's because we closed those windows. That's what it is. There's just no happy medium. All right, once we get up and running here, Nate, we could open a couple of those. And you all know already that as we do these presentations, we're directing these on the fly. We are a two-person, one-person shop. Okay, today what I want to talk about in Trading as a Business is, I want to talk about, once again, when you talk about trading as a business, the focus is not on indicators and systems, although we do plenty of that. The focus is on the philosophical, systematic approach to doing work. So number one, I want you to take a moment now and think about your primary aim in life. Your number one primary aim in life. And this is all, of course, inspired by the book, The E-Myth Revisited. So think about your primary aim in life. Most people, and I'm gonna simplify this. That looks really nice. I'm gonna simplify this. Most people are looking to have more time, or they are looking to have more money. Some people are also looking to have more health, but I would just call health quality of life. So I'm going to do time/quality of life. And some people would rather have more time and a higher quality of life than they would have money. They don't care as much about the money as so they'd have a comfortable lifestyle but a really high quality of life. And I think most of our members fit into that category. I don't think as a mentor I attract people who are looking to get rich quick and whose only objective is money. So you want to have a primary aim in life. This is what matters most to you in life. And this cannot, here's the thing. This cannot be trading. If your primary aim in life is trading, there's a misalignment of priorities. That's not going to work. It cannot be trading. It needs to be something along the lines of your quality of life and having more time to do things that you love, or money, and having more disposable income. That's what it has to be. That's your primary aim. Now, second of all, after you know your primary aim, mine, by the way, is time. I don't really care about money. I'm going to care about time. I'd rather have a reasonably modest lifestyle and enormous amounts of free time and less responsibility. That's what I want. That's my goal. and more time to do what we're doing right here. A comfortable, patient, paced approach to working with you. All right, I'm looking at my notes over here, by the way. Opportunity worth pursuing. So we're going to call this number 2, and once again, this is all inspired by the E-Myth Revisited. Definitely worth your time. Opportunity worth pursuing. Okay. What this means is, after you know your primary objective or your primary aim, you need to know if you have an opportunity or a trading strategy worth pursuing. Now, what you want to ask yourself, the question is, can this system even produce $1? Can it profit? If the system can't produce even $1 in a week, then it's not an opportunity worth pursuing. But most people will throw away trading strategies that can produce $1 in a week. And they'll throw it away because that's not enough to live on. And what they don't understand is that for most people, trading successfully and profitably is almost impossible. For most people, they never, 99% or more of people who attempt to trade for a living don't just fail, they lose all of the money that they put into the market. And so if you can make $1, it's an opportunity worth pursuing. And most people will walk away from that. In fact, most of the people who fail at trading by losing all of their money have found an opportunity worth pursuing and then walked away from it because it wasn't enough money to do it. And then there's another group of people who trade with a system, and because it can't make $100 in a week or $1,000 in a week, they'll walk away from it. And they're not truly considering how important it is to just have a basic amount of revenue, a basic amount of profit. If you can produce $1 a week, you have the starting point and the foundation for revenue stream and a business idea that you can then codify and systematize into a document and a process. And you could build a company culture around scaling up that $1 once you can make that. Because if you can make the $1 and hold on to it for the week, what you can do is you can gradually increase your trade size, you can gradually take more trades, you can gradually do a lot of things. But most people they're not going to settle for a small amount. And this is what I wrote this note. Most traders feel or say, this system is worth pursuing if it promises me profit. As opposed to saying, I promise to make this system profitable by reducing my expectations, accepting losses, and always moving forward. Once again, I'm just going to repeat that. Most traders, I'm just going to read it. Most traders say, this system is worth pursuing. It's an opportunity if the system promises me profit. That seems unreasonable, to me anyway. Successful traders say, I promise to make this system profitable by reducing my expectations, accepting losses, learning how to deal with them, and always moving forward. That's what every successful trader I've ever known, that's been their approach. All trading success and trading in life is about finding something that works on a very basic level, accepting its flaws, and then spending the rest of your life refining and improving that method, and then doing it over and over again. I mean, innovation matters, and we're going to talk about innovation next week, and where system creation and innovation play a part. The third concept that I want to talk about today as far as building a trading business is concerned, once again out of the E-Myth Revisited, is, I think I have to move this up a little bit, or is that visible? Strategic objectives. So this is what you want to do with your trading in order to fulfill your primary aim in life. A strategic objective is what gets you to your primary aim. So what I mean by this is a strategic objective in trading, I'm moving my I'm going to move everything around so we can switch over to this one, Nate. I'm going to move everything for a minute so everybody can see a little bit better. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks, Nate. Okay, that gives us a little more room here at the bottom. So a strategic objective gets us to our primary aim, and it goes back to the idea of process. So a strategic objective could be, for example, once again, it's what you do with your trading in order to accomplish your primary aim. Strategic objective is trade trifecta on 4 hour on, and then you list out the financial instruments that you're going to trade. It could be trade Finch honeymoon style. These two things accomplish my primary objective of giving me more time. It's not difficult to trade trifecta on the 4 hour. Doesn't take a lot of time. And it's not difficult and doesn't take a lot of time for me to trade Finch honeymoon style. That's a method for achieving the primary aim. And both of these strategic objectives involve trading an opportunity worth pursuing. There's another way to think about strategic objectives, and I want to just kind of finish off with this idea. There's another way to think about strategic objectives. So I'm going to call this an SO, strategic objective. And the strategic objective could be, and this follows up on the live YouTube that we just did a few minutes ago. And I'm hesitating to write this because I feel like it's controversial, but it's really not. I want your strategic objective to be benefit when wrong, or profit from mistakes. A lot of people mistake what I do as like martingale trading or endorsing huge losses, which is not true at all. And I recognize I have a responsibility to better communicate what I truly believe and demonstrate that as well. I believe that it's so difficult to time the market and so difficult to pick the best spot that it's better to trade with a robot that takes a lot of trades, and better to close out all my losing trades on a regular basis. I just closed all my honeymoon trades again today, and accept a smaller amount of profit in exchange for not having the pain of holding on to losses for a significant length of time. I also believe that it's possible to benefit when wrong or profit from mistakes when I trade trifecta trades on long-term charts, because I am building a mystery. I'm building positions. I'm building trades, and my first one is often wrong. And that angers or upsets or disappoints a lot of people. But my first position is often wrong. And I know it has the potential at least 50% of the time to be wrong. It's probably successful more often than that, but even if I just assumed it was wrong at the beginning. In other words, a lot of people feel like building a business is about, a lot of people feel like building a business is about finding some holy grail product or service. And then everyone will just flock to buy it. Or having the perfect solution or whatever. But that's not what most people are going to do. Most people aren't going to invent the iPhone. Most people aren't going to invent the perfect chicken sandwich. But everyone, except people who are just really stupid, can build a business that makes a profit from something that everyone knows how to do. You could put your taco shop right next door to another taco shop, and you're going to get some people coming in to try your tacos. That's it. And as long as you can make $1 from your tacos, as long as you can make that dollar, you can scale up from there and add, as we had talked about in other videos, you can add other products and services, side dishes, that are profit maximizers. And the search for the perfect taco, and then the perfect location, and then arguing and being upset about competition, that's all just a waste of time. And so most people are looking for some giant holy grail, giant groundbreaking moment of, I don't know, just magnificence or whatever. That's just not the way anything works. It's not the way that most people are successful. Most people in business are successful doing something that a lot of others are doing, offering it at a better price or quicker or faster, and they have a modest amount of profit that they can make from doing it. And they compete on customer service, or whatever. And they maximize their profit by having something else that goes along with the base thing. And in trading, I have the robots running, that's the base thing. I have the trifecta 4 running, that's the base thing. And then to get back to this document, Nate, occasionally I am wrong. I trade too early, or I do something wrong. And if I keep my trade size small enough, I can turn a first trade that goes wrong into a really, really big win by giving the market time to come around and show me where it really wants to turn. And this would work for a trend trader or a counter trend trader. It doesn't really matter, because you could be wrong as a trend trader, you could be wrong as a counter trend trader. You can, but most people aren't benefiting from being wrong. Most people are suffering enormous consequences. When you run your taco shop and you try a new taco, let's say you try a new breakfast taco with avocado, and that's a small experiment, and that experiment fails, your whole taco shop doesn't go under because of it. But if it works, you've got a new product line. Trading's the same way. You can't launch things that have the potential to ruin you. And I've made this my life's mission to teach you that your primary goal has to be something other than trading. It has to be time or money. And then you need to find opportunities worth pursuing, or systems worth pursuing, that have a modest amount of profit potential that become your revenue streams. And then you need to have a strategic objective that is other than make the most money. Your strategic objective has to be to minimize the effects of being wrong, or straight up profit when you're wrong. And if you're following me right now, you may be having a moment of an epiphany or clarity or realization that the way that most people talk about trading is erroneous and faulty and invalid and won't work ever. Because the strategic objective of most people don't think about any of this stuff, but even the people who do think about trading in terms of strategic objectives or opportunities worth pursuing are trying to turn $1 into $100 instead of turning $1 into $1.10. And they don't confront the fact that by trying to make so much money, they're risking losing so much money. There is no way to make a significant, gigantic amount of profit without having significant risk. Our friend Scott in Australia has done a great job of making $1,000 a day. But the cost of that is enormous risk. And he understands the risks. It doesn't make what he does right or wrong. It makes him successful that he confronts the reality of what he's doing. So if we want our strategic objective to be make the most money possible, we're gonna end up unhappy. If our strategic objective, and I would guess that this is Scott's, is to minimize risk and then let the profit take care of itself, you will do what Scott's doing, which is he is endlessly and tirelessly optimizing and improving. Now, you don't have to agree with the way he does it or the system he uses or his approach. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be right for you. But if you, for a moment, take your focus off of what someone is doing and why they're doing it and what their intention and strategic objective is, you'll get to the heart of the issue. And what you'll notice is there are a lot of people out there whose most important strategic objective is to make a gigantic return as fast as possible. And that comes with all kinds of consequences. And then there are others who say a variety of other strategic objectives. Some people's strategic objective with respect to trading is have the most amount of excitement. Learn the most about systems, and they become a connoisseur and a collector of systems. I'm just suggesting that maybe we could consider that we want to make benefiting when we're wrong or profiting from mistakes as our strategic objective. Just considering it, and then that could inform or influence everything else that we do here. I love spending this time together with you. We've done a lot here in 4 sessions, and I can't even remember what I promised to talk about. Oh, inventiveness, innovation. That's next. So innovation, I'll write this down at the bottom of the thing, so we can just pull up the end of the video, Nate. Where does innovation fit into all of this? Where does it become reasonable to begin the process of creating your own systems? And is it necessary? When is it necessary? And how do you go about doing it? A business, it could be said, needs innovation to thrive. I don't necessarily agree with that at all. I don't, but we'll just accept it as true. Tesla needs innovation in order to keep raising capital because they're always on the brink of failure. And I love Tesla. But is innovation really what it's cracked up to be? Or is innovation another way of saying that our strategic objective is creativity? I don't know. I, as an inventor of systems, I'll have to confront some harsh realities about myself as we talk about that next week. I'm so happy that we've all been here together. This one's in the books, my friends. Stay in touch. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.